Okay, thank you.
To say, in last class, we have discussed about the strategies while goods receipt process. Okay, so today what we'll do is we'll explore the strategies. We'll try to configure the strategies which are related to the goods issue process. Okay, so let me open my local desktop. So under EWM, so since that you're configuring the strategies related to the outbound, expand goods issue process, and under goods issue process, we have strategies. So you can see like the nodes are similar. In goods receipt process also you see the strategies and all. Okay. Similarly, like goods receipt process, you have the nodes to configure your strategies. Okay. So like the first one which you need to configure or you can make use of standard is you have the stock removal rule. Okay. So in stock removal rule, you can actually like decide which stock do you need to pick first. So whether you need to pick based on the quantity in the pallet or based on the GR date of that stock. Okay. Or we have many options, like it is related to the GR date, related to the quantity, and if you want to check the field. Okay, so for example, if my if my stock removal rule is FIFO, so by standard SAP has given, like if you select this entry and then click on stock removal rule, you can see that system is trying to sort the stock based on this field. So this field is actually the GR date. If you can see the description WDATU. So what is the definition of WDATU? So this is the date and time of the goods receipt. So SAP has given 33 fields which we can make use uh, of uh, while configuring your stock removal rule. So based on all these 33 entries, you can actually configure your removal rule. Okay. So this is the main application of this stock removal rule. For now, what we are making is, or what we are configuring is this WDATU. Okay. So this WDATU is actually configured in FIFO. Okay. The stock removal rule is first in, first out. And since that we have copied the removal rules or the configs from 0001 warehouse, we can expect the same config copied to our WH18 warehouse itself. So as you can see, so removal rule under FIFO, you have WDATU configured, meaning in the ascending order, your stock will be, like picked. So if it was received in the warehouse in the month of January, if you have the stock which were received in month of January, February, April, March till December, then while picking, system will actually come here and check what stock removal rule is actually configured for your strategy. So if it is FIFO, then the stock which was received in January will be picked during the strategy. Okay, so that is the actual application of the stock removal rule. So the next is similar to like while we define the put away search sequence, here in goods issue process, we actually define our stock type search sequence for stock removal. So here what we do is we go to our warehouse and all these entries are maintained. Let me delete this first and let's create a new one. So what I'll do is, so when I receive a outbound delivery, So what I do is I want the system to check in all the possible final storage types. So that is the reason what I'll do is I'll give all the storage types which we have created earlier. Okay. So here I'm giving storage type 1, storage type 2, and storage type 3. Okay. So here, not here actually. This is, sorry, save it. Here, what I'll do is under my warehouse, I'll create only one storage type search sequence, which is PICK. Okay. Here I'll give my description as storage type search sequence for ST01, ST02, and ST03. Okay. So for this storage type search sequence, I'll assign all the storage types. Getting my point? ST01, ST02, and ST03. I'll click on save. Okay. And here you have actually, so while we were explaining or we were discussing about the master data, I have mentioned this, like you can actually group all the storage types into one storage type group, and you can assign that one storage type group here. Otherwise, if you are not using storage type group, then you can give all the storage types here under your search sequence. So here in my warehouse WH18, if I'm using storage type search sequence PICK, then system should look for the stock in storage type 1, storage type 2, and storage type 3. So that is the meaning of this, and this is the sequence. In this sequence, system should actually check the stock while picking. So that is the meaning of these entries.
If you have different materials or a place in a different place, you will need to create different search sequence, right?
Yes. So it will go based on the material. For this material, which storage type should be? For material 1, which storage type should be searched? System will come here and check in the sequence and pick the storage bin. For material 2, again for that material, what is the storage? What is the strategy maintained? So for example, even for material 2, the strategy maintained is pick itself. Then again, system will come here and check in all these storage types.
Okay, got it. And what again? Which is the purpose of storage type group? So
storage type group is actually you can group all the storage types into one storage type group, and you can give only that storage type group here instead of listing all the storage types here.
Okay. In that case, that if we put it like in one storage type group, the system will look in all storage types.
Exactly.
Or it will look for the sequence.
No, it will not look for the sequence there. So it will consider all the storage bins. It will, like that storage type group. If you have assigned all the storage types into your storage type group, system will check the system will consider that all the bins are under one storage type group, and the put away rule will be applied. So based on the FIFO, LIFO, or based on the quantity, system will check and pick the bin. You got my point?
Okay. Yeah, instead of split it, it will look for everything in the full warehouse, in the old storage type. Okay.
Exactly.
Got it.
Exactly.
Thank you.
So here for my storage type search sequence, I have assigned 3 storage types in a sequence: storage type 1, storage type 2, storage type 3. Okay. So after that, if you want to consider the strategy based on product specific, so in that case, you need to define this stock removal control indicator. So here, what I'll do is I'll define one stock removal control indicator as PICK and give the description as stock removal control indicator for PICK for picking. It's already there. Fine. WHLT. I'll delete all this. Okay. So once I define and start assigning this, then it will be easy for you to understand even more better. Okay, so first I have checked, I mean, we are using the standard stock removal rules. So first we have explored the rules which are there in first node, and then we have defined the storage type search sequence. And for storage type search sequence, we have assigned the storage types in a sequential manner. So after that, we have defined the stock removal control indicator. The stock removal control indicator is assigned in the product master. If you want to drive your strategies based on your products, then this stock removal control indicator is defined and assigned in the product master. Next, we are assigning all this here. How are you going to determine your strategy? That we will actually define here. So here, what I'll do is first, I'll go to my warehouse WH18. So for now, I'll delete all the entries and recreate again. I'll select all, delete, save it. So here, what I'll do is in my warehouse WH18, if my stock removal control indicator is pick, meaning if my stock removal control indicator we have defined earlier, right, PICK. So if my stock removal control indicator is pick and my warehouse process type is 2010, then I need to determine PICK as my storage type search sequence. Clear? So this is my storage type search sequence. For this, I have assigned all the storage types ST01, ST02, ST03. So how this is getting determined? This is getting determined by in my warehouse WH18, if my product master has PICK as stock removal control indicator, and if my warehouse process type in delivery is 2010, then this PICK should be determined. Okay, now I'll click on save and go back. So maintaining these values is not sufficient. So after this, what you need to make sure is you need to come down here in optimization of access strategies for storage type determination. Open this node, go to our warehouse. So in my warehouse, I need to actually optimize this. Okay, optimization meaning I'll open that node again in one separate window so that it will be understandable for you. We are in goods issue process, strategies and determination. Okay, so this is my determination. Okay, so here what I'm telling in my warehouse WH18, if my stock removal control indicator is PICK and if my WPT warehouse process type is 2010, then my storage type search sequence PICK should be determined. But here in optimization, system will come here and check if these entries are here, then only system will run your strategies, otherwise it will fail. So here we need to make sure that these entries are indicated here, while like in order to drive the strategies by the system. So here what we have, warehouse number is by default available and stock removal control indicator is needed. So I am activating this stock removal control indicator here. And here what we are doing, we are also trying to determine the storage type search sequence based on the WPT as well. So that is why process type determination indicator, this process type should also be activated here. So we have all these indicators, right? So for example, if you have given these values as well here, then it is also mandatory to activate these indicators. If you are giving any value here, whatever value you are entering while determination, then it is mandatory to also activate those indicators here. Then only your storage type search sequence will be determined. Okay, so here now I have given all the activations for its respective indicators. Now I'm clicking on save, and after this I'll go back. So your strategy is ready. And since that I have defined my stock removal control indicator, I need to maintain in my product master. So then only when I'm receiving the product, system will come and check if the product master is determined, and then only system will able to determine the storage type search sequence. So
I,
what we'll
I
do
have
is, Mhm.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
So what happens if the batch is determined in the delivery or in a production order? So what happening here?
Same thing. You have a list of what we call the stock removal rule, right? So based on the stock removal rule only, it will check. If you want, I mean, like in the delivery, if there is any specific batch, then system will bundle it, the product number and batch, and then try to look based on the storage type search sequence. If it is not
Okay,
batch managed, then system will only check with the product specific. You got it?
okay, good, thank you.
So here, since that we have defined uh, stock removal control indicator, we need to also assign it in the product master. So then only system will able to determine the storage type search sequence for stock removal. So here we have stock removal control indicator. Here I'm assigning my stock removal control indicator and save it. So now let's try to create one outbound delivery. So I'm using the same sales order. So let me ship one each, and I need to make sure that I maintain the storage location and my warehouse number is determined. Now I'll click on save. My outbound delivery is created and distributed to EWM. Now I'll go to EWM. Click on execute. What happened? W18, right? W18. Okay, maybe there was some sync issue. Now I'm able to see the document. Okay, so here,
Which issue?
sorry.
No, which issue you say that happened?
So there was some delay. There was some delay actually to
Delay.
distribute it. Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Okay. So now I can see my EWM document number. Now I'll try to manually create the task. So here, this time I'm not giving any default values here. I'm not giving any default values here. Now let us see if our strategy is working fine or not. So in order to check that, I just click on create and see if system is trying to fetch the strategies which we have maintained or not. So as we can see, the status is green. And let's check in warehouse task tab. See, as we can see that this stock was determined from source bin ST01 minus 01. Okay. Now I'll click on, you can also see the HU number. We are going to discuss about the handling unit management once we are done with the strategies. So next topic is handling management. So don't worry about this HU number. Okay, so system is, if you want to check the log, so this is the log. So here system is actually trying to check the source data. Source data is nothing but our ST01, right? So system has found the storage, put away control indicator, and then system has checked the storage type search sequence, and under storage type search sequence, it managed to find the storage bin and the stock in storage bin ST01 minus 01. And the destination data is GI zone, and this GI zone is actually coming from the warehouse process type. So that is why GI zone was determined. Now I'm clicking on create plus save. So now I can see my warehouse order. Okay, so this actually physically in the warehouse, this warehouse order number is provided to the worker. Actually, a printout of this warehouse order is given with the barcodes on it, and then the warehouse worker will be going there and scanning the source bin, destination bin, product in quantity, and then he'll move the stock from the ST01 minus 1 to GI zone. So that is the actual working. So initially we are just looking at the manual steps, and we are trying to automate one by one step. So don't worry about that. We'll slowly go to RFU and see how these transactions actually performed in the warehouse. So here this warehouse order is created. Now let me try to confirm it. So once I confirm system, what it does is the system is moving the stock from ST01 minus 1 to GI zone. Here you can see the source bin as ST01, and the destination bin to which the stock is being moved is GI zone.
The HU number is the same. So what
Yes.
happens if you pick a partial?
In that case, we need to give the source HU number. Okay.
Yeah.
While confirming the task, since this HU contains only one product, system has withdrawn that complete HU. So that is the reason why. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
So the stock is now lying in the GI zone, which is the staging zone, and the status is also updated. Picking status, packing status, and goods issue is not started. So goods issue is only applicable from the GI zone. Okay. So now that the stock is in GI zone, now we are trying to click on goods issue. So once you click on goods issue, here you can see our final outbound delivery document created for this product. And if you can see the document flow is updated accordingly. So outbound delivery, meaning this is our final outbound delivery. This goods issue status has been updated, and picking, this picking plan task is actually when we are trying to create the task and the task is created. So this line is updated. And once we confirm the warehouse order, then this line is updated. So here you can see that the goods issue status is completed. And now let's verify if it is updated in S4 as well. Okay, the goods issue is posted, and the material documents you can also view here. Handling unit, this is the material document. Okay. So this is about the strategies related to inbound and outbound. So you can play with it. For example, if you want to use these strategies, not FIFO, but if you want to check for LIFO. LIFO meaning whichever the product was recently received. system will try to pick that stock and ship it. I mean, while creating the picking task, system will pick the stock which was recently received into the warehouse. So that is the mean. So maybe you can experiment with this, and also you can create your own by giving your field there, like the quantity or the uh, what we call the HU number. You have multiple options here. So basically, you won't get any chance to create one because all the possible stock removal rules are already given by SAP standard. So all these entries is enough to fulfill your business requirement.
Non-pal not non-pallet quantity first will be like first partial, then pallets.
Yes,
Okay.
can check this quantity and the GR date is being considered. And for example, it is not possible to update the stock removal control indicator for all the products. So it is possible actually in monitor to update in mass, but for example, uh, like even without stock removal control indicator also, you can determine your storage type cell sequence. This is given, this is provided by SAP. Like if there are any specific products only, if you want to determine any specific strategies, then you can create your stock removal control indicator and assign it. Okay, but if you don't want to make use of it, then you need not create one. You can also determine your storage type cell sequence based on your warehouse number and warehouse process type without maintaining any stock removal control indicator here. So that is also possible. And also don't forget to uh, 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 come here, come to this node and uh, verify all the indicators are activated accordingly based on your settings in your previous node. So if you haven't activated these indicators correctly based on your previous node, then uh, system will not be able to determine the storage type search which we have maintained here in this node. So actually it is SAP suggests you to maintain more specific indicators in the descending order, more specific to less specific, so that your entry will be picked from this table. So that is the meaning of this optimization of access strategies. Okay.
I- In the rule, no. When you decide,
Sorry.
no.
Mhm.
I'm thinking of how to ask that. So when you define the storage, when you put the storage type, you can put the storage type group.
No, system will take any one entry.
Can you show again? Yeah, that one. No, go back. The one below. No, the one below.
Yes, this one.
Two.
Yeah, this one. It's here. WHAT. So here we have this one, right? So
Okay.
I don't think we have anything here. This is some standard. So let's try that. Ideally, I think system shouldn't allow under master data you have the storage type groups. I'll delete this for HIT 201. Okay. So after this, I'll assign my storage types to my storage type group. Entry 201. So in my strategy, under specify storage type subsequence, so here I'll give pick. Let's see if system accepts. It is taking, but it see enter either a storage type or a storage type group.
We can only select one.
Yeah, we should enter either storage type or storage type group, but not both
Okay.
because it
Okay.
doesn't look sensible. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so this is about the strategies. So team, do you have any questions? Goods receipt or goods issue? So
Okay.
team, yeah, please tell me.
No. I say that I'm good. So.
Okay, so in our previous class we have decided, I mean, discussed about the put away rules. Can you tell me at least one put away rule which we discussed in goods receipt process? Anyone?
We have like empty bin.
Correct. Great.
Yep.
Exactly. Maria, can you try one? Mauricio, Amshi.
Hello. No, sorry, I didn't see the last class.
Okay.
I will try this week. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so next, what we'll see is we have WPT, warehouse process type. So we'll see this WPT and then we'll come to handling unit management. And then we'll discuss about this put away rules and wave management. Okay, so first let's see what is this. So what is this WPT? Okay, so WPT is nothing but the warehouse process type. So it is WPT is not exactly the same which we use in S4 like the moment type, but you can relate few things. Okay, it is not the same, it is not equivalent, but few things like if you want to perform any warehouse, a logical or physical movement of a product within a warehouse, then this warehouse process type is mandatory for every movement, whether it is a logical movement or whether it is a physical movement. Whether you are trying to perform the posting change like from the unrestricted to blocked, then we use the warehouse process type. Or if you are trying to move the stock from your goods issue zone to its final bin, or when you are trying to move the stock from your final bin to the pack work center, or any movement across the warehouse. So in that case, we use warehouse process type. Okay, so we will see what is this warehouse process type and what all fields are available in this warehouse process type. So here, so this warehouse process type is actually under CMEWM, under EWM, and under cross process setting, you have warehouse task. So under warehouse task, go to define warehouse process type. So here, SAP has already given standard warehouse process types, but you can always enhance your warehouse process type by playing with all these indicators based on your business requirements. Okay, so team, I think we haven't discussed about warehouse process type in the previous classes, right?
Say again.
I think we didn't discuss about the warehouse process type in the
Ah,
previous classes, correct?
yes, yes. To put, I don't remember if you put the availability group, but yeah, we talk a little bit.
Okay, fine. So this is how, I mean, these are all the possible settings which are given by SAP. Uh, so this view is actually divided into the settings grouped into the general settings, and so while put away or stock removal, so these settings are grouped into the control for put away or stock removal, and settings for storage process. This is actually for your process oriented storage control or layout oriented storage control. Settings are grouped over here, and the settings which are related to the posting change are placed here, and these are the settings for your warehouse request. So what is this warehouse request actually? Before we discuss about the warehouse process type, so what is this warehouse request? So the document with I mean, for example, if the document with with the reference for which we are trying to create a warehouse task is warehouse request. I'll repeat again. So, so while creating a warehouse task, the documents with reference to which we are trying to create is the warehouse request. So in that case, it is a warehouse request. Warehouse
Hello.
request. Okay. So it is an. Am I audible?
I had a delay. I didn't hear the last thing. Well, all the last thing that you said. Could you repeat, please?
Okay. So warehouse request, I was telling about the definition of warehouse request actually. So that the definition of warehouse request is, so while creating the warehouse task, uh, so I mean, while creating the warehouse task with the reference to the document, to any document, so that particular document is called warehouse request, whether it is an outbound delivery order, or whether it is a posting change document, or whether it is an inbound delivery. So, uh, for example, for outbound delivery order, we are trying to create a warehouse task. So in that case, our outbound delivery order is a warehouse request. Or if you go to inbound delivery, so with respect to inbound delivery, we are trying to create a put away task. So that is our warehouse request. Or for example, with reference to the posting change request or the posting change document, we are trying to create a warehouse task. So in that case, it is a warehouse request.
So we can say like it's in the middle of both systems, as a manner of
Uh,
say.
no, I'll,
I mean, if you created an outbound delivery, then you will have at the end one warehouse request. If you're creating a posting chain, you will
no,
have also a warehouse request, something like that. Or
no,
no?
no, no.
Okay.
So here, this is how it is. Okay. Okay. So whenever there is an inbound delivery, okay, inbound delivery created in S4, it is distributed, and in EWM also we call it as inbound delivery. Okay. So if my inbound delivery is 18001, so the same document is distributed to EWM, and it is created with the same number H 18001 if we have activated that indicator at the document level in EWM. You remember, if you want to make use of the
Yes,
same
yes.
number range, so in
That
that
that that
case, mhm. So
that
I'm
that
coming.
that, that check is only available for inbound delivery.
No,
Or we
it is
can
for
also.
outbound delivery. It is also available for outbound delivery also.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So in inbound delivery, this document is created, and with reference to this inbound delivery, actually we are trying to create a task. Okay. With reference to this inbound delivery, we are trying to, or let me insert a sheet. Inbound delivery, we are trying to perform put away with reference to put away task. Okay, or warehouse task for total. Okay, so in that case, we are creating a warehouse task with respect to the document. So in that case, it is a warehouse request. We call it as warehouse request. This inbound delivery itself, we call it as warehouse request. Okay, this is one example. Here in outbound process, we actually have two documents. Okay, not one. One is outbound delivery order. One is outbound delivery. So in S4, we have created a document we have created an outbound delivery with reference to sales order. For example, it is 8001. Okay, so it has been distributed to EWM and it has created the document with the same number range as 8001. So here, if I open this outbound delivery, if I open any outbound delivery here, I'll show you again. Here we have two documents, outbound delivery order and outbound delivery. This outbound delivery is created after performing the goods issue. This is the final document. Okay. So if I go back to our Excel sheet, so that is the reason why I have divided into two documents. One is outbound delivery order, one is outbound delivery. Okay. And I'll also show you this inbound delivery also. If I go to SCWM PRDI, here you can see only one view, which is inbound delivery. But whereas in outbound, we have two documents. One is outbound delivery order, one is outbound delivery. Okay. So that is the reason why I have subdivided here. Okay. So coming to our outbound process, if I have created an outbound delivery with reference to my sales order. Okay. So it has created and distributed to EWM system. Okay. Now with reference to the outbound delivery order, I'm trying to create the warehouse task. Okay, so what was my definition? If I'm trying to create any warehouse task with respect to any document, so that document is called warehouse request. So in that case, this is warehouse request. This is warehouse request because I'm trying to create a task with reference to that document. Here also, I'm trying to create a picking task with respect to outbound delivery order. So in that case, this is my warehouse request. So one question to Rogelio or Maria or anyone in the team. So is outbound delivery, can my outbound delivery be a warehouse request?
I, I, I don't think so, but I don't know. So
As I
you
explained,
said,
yes,
yeah,
as I
you said,
explained,
yeah.
I create an outbound delivery. This is ERP outbound delivery. This ERP
Yeah.
outbound delivery and outbound delivery both are not same. Okay. So
Yes.
if I can mention, like if I create an ERP outbound delivery in S4 and distribute it to EWM, it is outbound delivery order. So with respect to outbound delivery order, I'll create a picking task. Okay.
Yeah.
After confirming this picking task, I'll perform the goods issue for this outbound delivery order. After performing the goods issue for this outbound delivery order, outbound delivery, this document will be created.
Yes.
Okay. This is the final document.
Yeah.
So with reference to this final document, you won't create any warehouse task.
Exactly.
So in that case, it is not warehouse request.
Okay.
You got
So
it or not?
yeah. You said that that outbound delivery it's after we clicking the post boot issue, right? It's going to create a new
Exactly.
document, but that's
Exactly.
it. Okay.
Exactly. Right. So similarly, posting change document. So for posting change document, you have only one document in EWM. Okay. And with reference to posting change document, you will create a warehouse task. So in that case, it is also a warehouse request. So with reference to posting change document also, you will be able to create the warehouse task. So in that case, posting change can also called as warehouse request. You got it?
Yes. So we also have the, well, the PMR. I don't know
Yes.
how
PMR. That is a
for
production
the
line. Yes.
exactly what.
Even that also comes under warehouse request. Even that can be called as warehouse request, because with reference to PMR, we'll be creating the staging task, right? So
Okay.
so with reference to a document, we are trying to create a task. So that document is called warehouse request.
Okay. So we have the inbound delivery, the outbound delivery order, the posting chain, and the staging task. You say?
PMR.
Okay. Good.
Okay. One moment. Okay. So Rogelio, Maria, or anyone, can you tell me where can I find my outbound delivery number here? Meaning the final document number in this screen.
I don't know if you put it. Uh, can you make it bigger? In the PPF action, no?
No?
No. Oh, validation. I don't know. Status.
So as I mentioned, this is the final document number created. When I click on goods issue, this document is created.
Mm,
You
but it's
remember?
not the same. Yeah, but it's not the same that you use for the for to look to the outbound delivery.
Yes, system will create the same number range document. It will use the same
Okay.
number range.
I
Same
was
number range.
expecting. Yeah, I was expecting to have another different number.
Exactly.
Okay.
It is using this same number range. But in your outbound delivery order, if you have two items, for example, there was item 20 also, and you have posted the goods issue for only item 10. So in that case, if you are performing any partial goods issue, then system will create a different number range.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is our final document. If you click here and then click on outbound delivery, it will redirect to your final document, final outbound delivery. Okay. So coming back to our warehouse process type. Okay.
Here.
Hello. Am I audible?
Now, yes.
Okay. Maybe there is some connectivity issues. Am I audible now clearly?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So meanwhile, Rogelio, can you tell me the stock removal rules in goods issue process? One or two?
Yeah, you have the first in, first out, the last in, first out, and you have the chef life also.
Right. Good. Okay, so coming back to our warehouse process type. So these are the groupings like the general settings, put away, stock removal, storage process, posting change, and warehouse request. So in the general settings, we have what is the process category. Okay, so here we have 1, 2, 3, 7, 4 options: put away, stock removal, internal process, and posting change. So this put away is nothing but 1010, right? So this 1010 warehouse process type is actually used for only put away. So that is the reason the warehouse process category is 1. But if you are using the warehouse process type for stock removal, meaning when you are trying to perform putting with respect to the outbound delivery, then the warehouse process category should be 2. Internal warehouse movement. So this internal warehouse movement, if you are trying to move the stock or if you are trying to make ad hoc movements within the warehouse, like moving the stock from one storage type to other storage type. So in that case, your warehouse process category should be 3. Next one is posting change, like within the warehouse, if you are trying to uh, perform the posting change from unrestricted to blocked, or if you are trying to move the stock from blocked to unrestricted, or so in that case, if you're trying to perform the posting change, then you need to use the process type which has the warehouse process category as 7. Okay. For example, if your warehouse process category is 2, which is stock removal, but if you're trying to perform put away with respect to that WPT, then system won't allow. System will come here and check what is the warehouse process category first, and then only its system will allow you to perform that process. So these are all the warehouse process categories, and you cannot create one. So the next one is activity. So activity, we have actually seen this while creating our activity areas. Okay. So these are all the possible activities given by SAP, and we cannot create a new activity. Okay. So here, as we can see here, actually, for this activity, we have an option to create a new activity. Okay. Based on your business process. Okay. So meaning, for this warehouse process type, what is the activity which you are trying to perform? For example, if you have given warehouse process type as a warehouse process category as stock removal, then system won't allow you to give PTWY in the activity because it is conflicting, right? So it is contradicting. Your warehouse process category and activity should be in sync. Okay. And it should be sensible. For example, in warehouse process category, if you have given put away, in activity also you need to select put away. So these are all the activities, and based on your warehouse process, you can create one. But in most of the cases, all the activities performed in the warehouse will be covered in all these activities itself. You need not create one. Okay. So this is the meaning.
No. I'm just saying that okay.
Okay. So this is priority. This is actually for reporting purpose in monitor. When you are trying to check the reports, then this priority will come into picture. So for your warehouse process type, you can give your priorities from 0 to 10. Pick denial control. Okay. So if you are trying to perform the CANS pick in the outbound process, then this pick denial control comes into picture. But for now, we need not explore this indicator. So the next one is warehouse order creation rule. So what warehouse order creation rule should be determined when you are using the WPT is handled here. You need to assign. Once you create your warehouse order creation rule, then you need to assign here. We'll discuss about this further when we are discussing about WCR. Here warehouse order activity area, warehouse order creation rule activity area. So this also will discuss further what is this source and what is this destination. So this is printer determination procedure. If you are trying to print your warehouse order, then you need to assign your procedure here, whether it is 0001 or 0002. We'll discuss when we are discussing about the warehouse orders. Okay. Manual WT forbidden, meaning you cannot create an ad hoc warehouse task with this WPT. Okay. So this WPT actually is determined while creating your delivery. Okay. So for example, if it is 1010, this is put away. Put away meaning this WPT is automatically determined in your inbound delivery. In that case, manual WT is forbidden. So this manual WT forbidden indicator is unchecked in case of the WPTs which we used in the ad hoc movements. If you are trying to move the ad hoc movements, then you are actually trying to create the WT manually, right? So in that case, for those kind of WPTs, you can uncheck those indicators. So the next one is confirm immediately. Confirm immediately meaning if you want to confirm the warehouse task immediately after the creation, then in that case you can activate these indicators. So based on the business requirements, if like business doesn't wants to manually confirm the task for a few moments within the warehouse, then they can use these indicators confirm immediately. Propose confirmation. This proposed confirmation meaning so while creating the task, system will actually propose if it's need to be confirmed while creating. Meaning when you're trying to create an ad hoc task, system will give you an option whether to confirm it. It will give you a dialog box whether to confirm it while creating it. If you uncheck that box and click on OK, then system will only create the task and later you can confirm the task. So that is the meaning of proposed confirmation. Confirm immediately will immediately confirm. Here proposed confirmation meaning system will ask whether it needs to be confirmed immediately or not. So that is the difference between these two indicators. Rest are not that important and not applicable in most of the businesses. So here is the important thing. Control for put away or stock removal. Meaning, so control of put away or stock removal meaning while inbound or outbound process, these indicators are widely used or determined. Okay, if I open an inbound delivery, I'll take this inbound delivery. So my WPT is determined based in the item level, not in the header level. This is point number 1. If you want to display the WPT, what it was determined, go to the item data and click on form view. So under form view, if you scroll down, you can check your warehouse process type WPT 100 was determined. Okay, so based on the configuration for 1010, this inbound delivery will be driven. Okay, so the configuration related to 1010 is provided here, is configured here. Okay, the reason why you are able to see GR zone as source bin is it is configured in the WPT. If I go to my inbound delivery and look for the goods movement bin, it is GR zone. How it was determined? It was determined because my WPT is 1010 and in my WPT 1010, I have given my source bin as GR zone. So that is how the determination happens. So this is about the source bin and source storage type. So source bin meaning if you want to determine or if you want to hardcode the bin, you can give the bin, or if you only want to determine only the storage type, then you can give this as blank. So this process type group for stock removal or stock uh, uh, group for put away is not necessary for our basic processes and the advanced processes. It is I haven't seen any business following these two or making use of these two indicators. But the meaning of this is you actually group the WPTs into process type group and assign here, both in stock removal or put away. So the next is destination storage type and destination storage bin. So in inbound process, we give the source bin because the process starts from GR zone. But in outbound process, the process starts from the picking and ends at the GI zone. So in outbound process, we give the destination bin as GI zone. So if I open one outbound delivery, and I open outbound delivery related WPT, for example, 2010. So this is my 2010. Here I can see destination storage type and destination bin is hard coded in my WPT 2010. Okay. And if I open my outbound delivery order, in the item view, first what I need to check my WPT 2010 was determined. So this GI zone and 9020 was determined based on my WPT. Why it was determined? Because in my 2010 WPT under my WH18 warehouse, this destination storage type and destination bin were hard coded. So that is the reason why my GI zone is being determined in the outbound delivery order. Okay. So next one is related to the storage process. When we are exploring process oriented storage control, then we can make use of these indicators. And these are when we are trying to explore about the posting change document, then we can make few settings over here. And the next one is settings for warehouse request. Okay, so for example, if your WPT is being determined, then what is your I mean, like, this is your document type, right? So for this particular document type, your WPT will be determined. So basically it is given blank.
Right, Rohit?
Yes.
Roheli's trying to join back in. His internet dropped. Would you be able to let him back in?
Sure, we'll wait.
Thank you.
Yeah, Rojali is back. He's back. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
So what we are discussing about is, so Rogelio, where, I mean, like, when did you get dropped when we are discussing about the destination bin where you
Yes.
were you
Yes,
available?
exactly. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So in my outbound delivery, if I open my outbound delivery, so this is my outbound delivery 2190. In my item level, my WPT 2010 was determined. Okay, and the staging bin GI zone was determined. Why? Because if I go to this WPT 2010, so this is my 2010 WPT, WH18 2010. So I have hard coded this destination bin and destination storage type. So that is the reason why this GI zone and 9020 are being determined in my outbound delivery order. Okay.
Yes.
So the next is settings for storage process. So this storage process is we actually assign our process. This we can discuss more on the when we are discussing about the process oriented storage control. So in POSC, we actually create the storage process and assign here in the inbound process. Okay, so we can discuss further while we are exploring about POSC. So the next is posting change. Posting change, I mean, like, so there are very limited settings related to posting change. Okay, but when we are trying to run a cycle, then it will be more understandable relating to these indicators. So the next is settings for warehouse request. As we already discussed, what is warehouse request? So, a document type warehouse internal. If you are trying to create with respect to the follow-on function and trying to create the warehouse request, right? So in that case, what document should be created for that particular WPT? So based on this setting, the document type and the item type, system will create accordingly. For example, if I have this, let me create one. So, or maybe we'll explore in the posting change. So in the posting change, while performing the posting change, you can directly perform the posting change with reference to the warehouse task, or you can actually create a warehouse request for your posting change. But while performing the posting chain and with reference to which you are creating the warehouse request, so that warehouse request, what should be the document type and item type? So based on this setting, system will determine the document type and item type. So it will be understandable when we are discussing about the posting change. This availability group again. So the stock types and the storage location equivalent. So that can be managed here, but basically it is given as blank because this availability group is actually configured in the interface section where we map our storage location to the availability group. So that is what is saying here. So the next important is select HU without storage process. Here, if we activate this indicator, for example, in inbound process, if we are receiving in the form of HUs, so in warehouse, instead of scanning each and every product, it can actually scan one full HU. So in that case, we need to select this indicator. For example, in my HU, I am receiving material 1, material 2, material 3. Okay, so while receiving the warehouse worker, if I deactivate this indicator, the warehouse worker will actually have to scan each and every material. But if you have activated this indicator, by just scanning the HU number, all the materials will be scanned automatically in the background. So that is how this indicator works. So this is about the warehouse process type. So in SAP, by just defining, we also, after definition of any attribute, we need to determine it. Okay. So here we have just defined it. So the next thing is, how will you determine this warehouse process type? So that is done by this node, determine warehouse process type. But similar to our stock removal control indicator and put away control indicator, we have control indicator for WPT as well. For example, if I want to determine a particular WPT based on few specific products only, then in that case, I can define one control indicator here, like P1, 01, Y1, and then assign this in the product master and determine my warehouse process type in this table. Here, if I go to my warehouse, WH18, so how my WPT is determined, I can see here. I'll open one outbound delivery document. So here, how this 2010 was determined, we are going to check now. Okay. My warehouse is WH18. What is my document type? If I go to header and open in form view, what is the document type? OUTB. My document type is WH18. OUTB is my document type. So here there are 4 entries. Okay. So process indicator. Am I using merchandise distribution? No. Am I using product driven flow through, meaning MFS? No. Am I using any recipient driven flow through? No. So these 3 options are ruled out. So the only leftover options is no specific process. So meaning based on this combination with my warehouse WH18, if my document type is OUTB, then my WPT 2010 is being determined. If I go to my outbound delivery, here in item level, I can see this 2010 was determined. So when this WPT is determined, this WPT is getting determined immediately while creation of this outbound delivery order. When it is being created, when the document is distributed from S4 to EWM, then while this document is being created, this WPT is also determined based on all these settings and the determination. Clear?
Yes,
as we
that process type determination that it says 0102 is the one that you put in the master data, right?
Yes, this is like if you want to determine your WPT based on your specific products, then you can define your process type determination indicator and assign here.
Okay.
So in my warehouse, if I want to determine any specific Z WPT, then define your process type determination indicator and maintain an entry here. And also make sure that your process type determination indicator is assigned in your product master. Where do I need to assign that process type determination indicator? I'll open in product master in mat1. If I click on change under warehouse data, you have this process type determination indicator. Here you can assign it. So this is about WPT. Any doubts?
No, not now.
Okay, so let's take a 5 minutes break and we'll get back.
Okay.
Show you the overview of the handling units, and in the next class we'll discuss about the configuration and how we define the number range, how we receive the stock in the HU. We'll discuss that. Okay, so what is handling unit? So can anyone tell me what is handling unit?
You're not sharing a screen, but handling units is the way how we package our products and the tool that we use to ship it. I don't know if it's correct, but that's how I understand it.
Okay, your understanding is quite I think you are close to it, but are you able to see my screen now?
Yep.
So right, so like handling unit is actually kind of a box or a pallet or a Euro pallet which has like which has actually the products packed into it. Okay, So like handling unit is actually the combination of your packaging material and your actual products. Okay, so that is actually the handling unit. Okay, so you this actually handling unit can be like, for example, this handling unit can also have a nested handling unit, and in that level 2 handling unit you will be having the actual product. Okay, so but altogether this handling unit is a combination of your packaging materials and your products. Okay, so here, handling unit, like it is a physical collection of the packaging material and product we have just discussed. This actually packaging material can be your pallet or a cartoon or a shrink wrap or a bubble wrap. So the shrink wrap and bubble wrap are actually the auxiliary packaging materials, like just to protect any accidental damage to the HUs. So these wraps are actually wrapped into the products. Okay, so these are this is actually about the packaging material. And so this is actually an example how the handling unit looks like. So this is actually your pallet, and over pallet you have placed around 12 boxes. So for this pallet you have actually identified with a unique number. So in warehouse, you actually track and trace with reference to this number. So the movements of this handling unit, if I mean like if you're trying to move the stock from the storage type 1 to storage type 2, or if you're moving to it some intermediate bin or the identification. So all this track and trace will be traced based on this identification number, which is given to the handling unit. Okay. So this is one. So this packaging material can also be your uh, TU. Okay, the TU is actually the transportation unit. So when you're trying to build uh, your transportation unit, in that case also you need a packaging material with the type transportation unit. So this whole container is actually a HU with 1010 HU number, and in this TU you have the pallets packed. So under this pallet you have two boxes packed, and under this pallet you have two boxes packed. So altogether you are trying to ship 4 HUs in this TU. So this is actually the graphical representation how the HUs are shipped into the transportation unit. So this is about the handling unit. So this handling unit, we actually, just to give you an overview how we configure our handling units. So let me open this Excel sheet. So handling units are actually in, while we try to configure the handling unit configuration, in ERP, we actually define our packaging material types, meaning, so in the business scenario, whether it is a box type or a pallet type, or a plastic type of handling unit. So generally based on its physical nature, we actually define the packaging material type, and we define the packaging material group. So this packaging material group meaning, uh, like on a pallet, uh, are you supposed to place a pallet or a box, or you can place both pallet or box. So this packaging material group actually takes control. And after that you need to define your number ranges in ERP side. Okay, so like based, so this number range also can be handled based on your packaging material type. For example, if you're trying to create the HU with the packaging material box, then you can define a separate number range. And if you're trying to create a handling unit of a pallet, for pallet, if you're trying to create a handling unit, you need to, if your business wants to follow some different number range, then you can define and you can assign those number range to its respective packaging material type. Okay, so let me turn off this first. right? So once you define the packaging material type, packaging material group, and number ranges, you need to define the same things in the EWM as well. Because since we are the reason why you need to define the same packaging material type, packaging material group, and the number range meaning. So while receiving, for example, while receiving your inbound delivery, for example, if your vendor is already packing the handling units, and when we are trying to receive it in S4, system should be in a position, or the number ranges should be configured in such a way that the number range should be accepted at both ERP and EW. So in order to keep both the systems and the number ranges in sync, we actually define the number ranges based on internal and external. So what is this internal and external? We'll discuss actually when we are trying to perform the configuration. But what you need to keep in mind is, so you need to perform or maintain the same configuration which you are performed or defined in ERP. In EWM also, you need to maintain the same. You need to maintain the packaging material type, packaging material group, and number ranges. And after that, HU type. So HU type, so for example, if you're trying to create the HUs with the plastic material. So that plastic material, so with that plastic material, you have different sizes of HUs in your warehouse. For example, it is 3 by 4 by 5 box, or 8 by 9 by 10 box. So based on your dimensions or the physical dimensions, so you can define your handling unit type. For example, if my handling unit type with 3 by 4 by 5 is E1, defined as E1, and with 8 by 9 by 10, it is defined as E2. So we can further group these handling unit types into handling unit type group, HU type group. The reason why we define this HU type group is in resource management. For example, if your forklift, so this forklift, whether if this forklift will able to lift the pallet, or forklift is able to lift the carton or the box, so that can be actually mapped. So ideally, if we can see, the forklift are only permitted to lift the pallets, because forklift cannot lift the cartons altogether, right? So that mapping we can actually done in the resource management, saying that the forklifts in warehouse can only be allowed to lift whether it is the HU type of pallet. Okay, so that is the reason why we define the HU type group in EWM. So this HU type is, since we are working in an embedded environment, we define the HU type only in ERP, and the same data is used by the EWM also. So in EWM, we need not create or define a separate HU type, and there is no option also to define the separate HU type. HU type group is necessary, like I just explained, like in resource management, you will have to map the resources to the HU type group based on the business processes working in the warehouse. So this is actually the overview of handling unit management, and the next class we'll jump into the configurations related to handling unit management in S4 and EWM. So till here, do you have any doubts?
No. I think when we check the configuration, it will be more understandable.
Yeah.
Yep, that's good enough right now.
Okay, so that's it for today. Let's wind up the session, and we'll